So who has the grace? Okay, let's get off of that subject. I'm thinking we'll move to something else. He says, can you talk to me about your belief in God? What do you believe about God? God is one. He said, do you have Trinity? Yes, God is three. I said, I thought you said he's one. He is one and three. He said, how does that work? Because God can do anything? Okay, let me get back to you. So I go to my friend with the cross. Remember him? He's out of the hospital. I go to him. I start to tell him the problem I'm having with the Muslims. He said, stay away from them. I told you. I said, yeah, but they believe in Jesus was a miracle birth, and Jesus was, doing miracles, and Jesus is with God. He's coming back. He said, but they don't believe in the cross. They don't believe in the salvation. I said, well, yeah, but he said, stop, stay away from them. I said, all I have to do is explain the Trinity. And I'm sure I'll get him then. But how can I explain that 1 equals 3? He said, no. Look, it's like an apple. The apple has a skin. Inside of the skin is the meat, and inside of that is the seeds. 3 things, 1 apple, same way, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, one God. Father, Son, Holy Ghost, one God. Got it. Okay, got it. So I go back, and I'm ready. Clear off all the dishes after supper. Sit down, my father, myself, my wife, the priest, and the Muslim. Pull out the apple. See this apple? Has a skin. Inside is the meat, and inside of that is the seeds. He said, yeah, there's about 6 or 8 seeds in there. What does that equal? Yeah. Okay. He said, and looks like a worm crawling through it too. That could be 4 or 5 gods here. So let me get back to you. I'm going to go back to the guy with the cross the next day. I said, okay. The apple didn't work. He said, stay away from this guy. I said, the apple didn't work. I told him what happened. He said, it's not, forget about the apple. I said, okay, I forgot about it. It's like an egg. God is like an egg. He said, the egg is a shell. Inside of the shell is the white. Inside of the white is the yellow. 3 things, 1 egg. Said, yes. Now I'm ready. Go back. Clear the table. Sit down. Here we go. See this egg? Yeah, it's a pretty big egg. What if it's a double yolk? God just becomes 4. And what if it's rotten? Ooh. Yeah, okay, forget about that. A few days later, I was in a parking lot. Some people talking to me. I was preaching as usual, and a fella said to me, what's the problem? I was telling him some difficulties with these Muslims. I said, I'm trying to explain the Trinity to this guy, and I just can't seem to catch it. He said, don't you know how to do it? You're a preacher. You ought to know that. I said, yeah, I ought to, but I don't have it. He said, look, see me? I'm one person. I said, yes, you are. See my wife right there? I said, yeah, she's one person. Yes, she is. You see my son right there? Yes, he's one person. They're one. But altogether, we're a family of 3. One family. It's the family of God. I said, that's it. Here we go. But on the way back, I got to thinking about it. I said, let me try to process this before I get there and wind up with apple or egg on my face. I said, okay. The father, the mother, the son. What if they have another kid? What if they have twins? What if they get divorced? Talaq. Because in Texas, when you get divorced, the woman, she gets the house, the car, the savings, the bank account, the retirement, the IRS, everything. And your computer and all your email. I don't want a God that could lose his email. I'm trying to think how I'm going to explain this. So I sat down at the table that night, and I didn't have a clue, but we're going to try something. I'm trying to explain. The Bible said, actually the Bible said God is one. Everywhere I look in the Bible, it says God is one, 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 one. There's nothing except ones. Throughout the whole Bible, there's no Trinity, there's no two, there's no three. There's just one God. Say, O Israel, the Lord your God is one Lord. That's in the book of Deuteronomy, and it's in the book of Mark. That means the Old Testament and the New Testament both. The Jews and the Christians are ordered to believe that God is one. Like this. Besides, who wants a God with a worm in it? Or a God that can be rotten? Or a God that gets a divorce? So we asked the Muslim, what do you guys say about God? Look what he said. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Say, He is Allah, the uniquely one, the eternal. He is not the father of anything. He's not the son of anything. He doesn't compare to anything. And he's unique. One. Ahad. Said, wow. That sounds like what I believe anyway. Okay, we can go with that. Now, along the way through all of this, all of us are having our own questions and our own discussions individually with this man from Egypt. The Catholic priest asked him one day, can I go to your church with you? His temple, his mosque. He said, sure, come on. They were gone for a while. They got back a little later. We took the priest aside and we said, did you go in there? Yeah. Did you see them? Yeah. What do they do? Do they like slaughter little animals or anything like that? Or, you know. He said, no, actually, they stand there like monks do. You know, monks in a monastery, they stand for hours praying. He said that's what they do. They just stand there and pray. And then they bow, and they do something that only the high priest gets to do, which is to put a sajda, or prostration. I said, really? He said, yeah. And then what? And then they leave. That's it? Yeah. Okay. What kind of music do they have? He said, they don't have any music. How in the world do you worship God without music? I was a music minister. Hello?